All right, welcome. Today I'm going to walk you through an arm workout, the arm workout that I've been doing on this lean bulk as I lead up to a bodybuilding show at the end of the summer. Let's get big right now. Here's where the arms are looking. That's the pump. How do we get there? Starts with our pre-workout. We got three things in our pre-workout. The first one's going to be creatine, 5 grams, Panda creatine, one of the cheapest creatines out there. Super soluble. It doesn't leave that grainy creatine at the bottom and at the end like you might be used to. The next one's going to be our pre-workout. This is Panda Skull. It's a neurotropic pre-workout. It's an absolutely loaded formula, as you can read right there. It's caffeine, but it also has a million mental stimulants. It gives you a really euphoric high when you're in the gym. Like literally this kind of feeling of, I can just wreck this. You're very optimistic. You're a little bit aggressive, but it gives you a very euphoric mental high. Unlike a lot of stuff that just gives you energy, it really is a mental aspect. So this is Panda Sup Skull. It's their newest pre-workout. I've been taking this for about a month and a half. I can say it's my favorite pre-workout of all time. That's with no bias. This is Skull Crusher flavor, but I have both. They're both really good. It's a little bit on the expensive side, but if you use code DMFIT, you save yourself some money and it brings the price down to something a little more reasonable. We're going to use a scoop and a half of that today. Last, I add Vasodrive AP. Vasodrive AP is going to give you sick vein pumps. So like you're literally be able to see your veins popping out of your arm. It's a crazy pump that you can add to your pre-workout. So this has all of your energy, as well as the mental stimulants, as well as the performance. And then this is going to add the pump. This is the best thing to add the pump. 2 capsules. Instead of taking them like a pill, I like to just break them open and add them to the pre workout and drink it as a powder. I take enough pills and vitamins and supplements every day. So I usually just like to pop them open and put them in there as a powder. They're basically flavorless. We're gonna add 2 ice cubes to this. We're gonna chug it. We'll get into our intro workout, and then we'll head. All right, I use 3 things for my intro workout. The first one is Panda's BCAAs and EAAs. BCAAs, if you eat a lot of meat, you're gonna get enough of BCAAs. But EAAs are really important to add. They help shuttle the nutrients to your muscles. We use half a scoop because this stuff is super, super sweet. So I only use half a scoop at a time. That'll be plenty for that. The next one is Carbogain. Since we're on a bulk, we want to add tons and tons of carbs, and this is straight carb powder. So I'm going to add a full cup here, and that equals out to 500 calories or 120 grams of carbohydrates. And we're going to drink this intra workout, sip on it the whole time. They're fast digesting, and that's going to really help our body fuel our muscles as we go, and especially right after we work out. And the last one I add is berberine. Right now, my calories and my carbs are crazy high. Berberine helps your body slip into a low insulin point, which allows you to process so many extra carbs. So berberine really helps when you're bulking and you're eating a ton of carbs. So your body shuttles those carbs into the muscles instead of storing them as fat. If you eat more carbs than your body can actually process, then essentially it's stored as fat. So berberine helps your body process more carbs. We will take 2 of these right before we leave for the gym. I just got these off Amazon. You can get them pretty much anywhere. But we're taking 2 berberine right before we go to the gym. That's going to help our body process these carbs as we're working. Gym, because they play so much music in my gym, it would definitely get copyrighted. We're starting with seated rotating curls. The goal here, guys, is going to be to focus on squeezing that pinky at the top. That activates the inner half of your bicep. Again, we're keeping our back flat so we can't rotate and we can't sway back and forth. Then we're going to stand up and we're going to do hammer curls. I do these heavy 8 reps, heavy hammer curls, focusing on trying to keep that elbow in essentially the same position. We do a little bit of sway, but we want to keep everything under control. Next, we're moving over to the cables. We're doing single arm cable rope extensions, single arm cable rope extensions. You can see, again, I'm trying to keep that elbow in basically the exact same spot, and I'm allowing my wrist not to rotate when I push it down. Then we're taking a break. I like to mix in my abs instead of doing them at the end, because if I do abs at the end, I don't do them. I'll get tired and I'll just go home instead. So I mix my abs in throughout my workout. Here, we're going to be doing basically crunches on a machine, but you can see that I've added no weight to it. I don't want to add weight because I don't want to get a big blocky midsection. So I go high reps instead of adding weight. I'm going very slow, completely all the way back, extending those abs and then crunching them back in. Then we move over here into our preacher curls. Preacher curls, same thing. We're going to go heavy on these. We're really focusing on the contraction and the negative. Feel the negative as it goes down and keep constant tension on that bicep. Next, we go into a reverse tricep extension. I still try to do these early in my triceps before my grip strength starts to fail. But again, we're keeping the elbow in the same spot, keeping our wrist flat. Then we move into a straight bar push down for triceps. We're pushing down, keeping our elbows in the same position. And guys, you're going to hear it again and again. Keep those wrists flat. If you allow those wrists to bend up or down, you're going to have wrist problems later on in life. So we're keeping right over the bar, keeping our shoulders right over the bar, extending through our tricep. This is one I've extended more recently. It's going to be a standing sideways cable curl. This is just to keep constant tension on the bicep muscle. So we're moving all the way out and then moving it all the way in, not swaying too much with our body. Here's our next and our final ab exercise, hanging leg raises. I bring them up to 90 degrees and then a little bit more at the top because we're crunching and really pulling into those top ab muscles. And we move into our very last exercise here, some wrist curls. I'm always trying to work on my forearms, trying to make them pop. You get some throughout your workout, but I mix in wrist curls 2 times a week, forearm curls 2 times a week, just try to build those forearms. Appreciate it.